Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest installment of the Texas Renewable Energy Industries Alliance and Husch Blackwell webinar series. Happy that you're here today. My name is Chris Reeder, and I'm one of the attorneys in Husch Blackwell's Energy and Natural Resources Group. Today, our webinar, which we're very grateful that you're attending, is going to address community solar issues from the perspectives of both municipal utility as well as a private sector developer installer. And we're going to have a little bit different format than we normally have for those of you who've attended some of our past webinars. This is going to be more of a moderated discussion, so you can listen in on our conversation. I'll be talking a lot more, so for those of you who know me, you might want to just hang up now. But for those of you who are brave enough to suffer it through, let me talk about some housekeeping items. At the bottom of your audience console are some application icons, and I'm going to talk about some of those, which will enable you to participate a little more or get a little more value out of this. If you have any questions during the webinar, we are very hopeful that you'll submit those through the question box, and we'll try to answer all the questions that come through as we get towards the end of the hour. If we need to give a fuller answer or we're not able to get to it, we'll try to answer those by email. Audience participation is very important, has greatly aided these webinars in the past, and we do very much value those. So I'm very hopeful that if you have any questions, that you can submit those through that question icon. If you have any technical difficulties, there's a help icon. That's a question mark, and it's got some answers to common technical questions. A copy of our slide deck, which is actually kind of minimal for this webinar, but a copy of it will nonetheless be available in the resource list icon, which is looks like a folder at the bottom of your screen. As usual, we've been approved for Texas Continuing Legal Education Credit. So if you want to report the hour in Texas to the State Bar, just click on the CLE widget at the bottom of the screen and complete those questions. You'll just need your bar number to do that. And finally, a recording of our webinar is going to be available tomorrow for watching and sharing. We'll also email a link to this and a certificate of attendance for everybody who's signed in. We also we put a recording of this on both the Husch Blackwell and the TRIA websites. Okay, logistics down. Let me now introduce our excellent presenters. We have with us today Robert Miggins, Jason Pittman, and Mary Palmer. Their bios are on this slide, so I'm going to just very briefly introduce them and commend the more expansive bios to your reading. Robert is a co-founder of GoSmart Solar, which is a private development company that's excited to be part of the move towards more renewable energy, and the resulting opportunities, jobs, and growth that come with that. Robert is the CEO of GoSmart Solar, and as I mentioned, he's a co-founder. Jason also is a co-founder of GoSmart Solar, which is intended to lower the cost of solar, promote mass adoption of solar generation, and improve the user experience through innovative business models. Jason focuses mainly on distributed generation and energy equitability issues around solar photovoltaic. And then finally, Mary Palmer works with Austin Energy, and she specializes in renewable energy programs. And through her work, Mary helps to accelerate the adoption of renewable energy in the Austin area through working with commercial and residential customers alike, as well as the contractor community. And community solar is kind of her domain over at Austin Energy. So with that, let me turn now to the slide that's going to outline our discussion topics today. And we have some photos of some community solar facilities that are after this slide, which our presenters will no doubt refer to throughout our discussion. So let me go ahead and try and tee up the discussion by just asking some basic questions and invite Jason, Robert, and Mary to comment. I guess the most fundamental one that we'd like to explore, certainly for those who aren't in the community solar business, is what exactly is meant by the term community solar? So what are your thoughts on that nomenclature?
Sure. Okay, well, thanks, Chris. This is Robert Miggins speaking. I'll start this. I really like the fact that this will be a conversation between the four of us. You know, we try to explain community solar in the simplest terms possible to our customers. So, and it's difficult because it's a form of solar most people still don't realize, at least in Texas, that it even exists. But what we say is this: the community solar is a way for anyone who pays a utility bill to own solar, and the great benefit is that it's not on your roof. So you can live in an apartment, you can live in a condo, you can live in a home where you have shade trees you're not interested in cutting down, or if your roof points the wrong direction. In any of those cases, those customers or those potential customers have a utility bill, but normally might not be able to put solar on their dwelling. But any of those customers can be community solar customers because the solar panels are hosted somewhere else. So I guess in the shortest definition is it's a way for anyone with a utility bill to enjoy the benefits of solar without it being hosted on their building.
Well, that was super succinct and accurate. Thanks, Robert. I don't think there's anything else to add to that. Thanks. Sorry, y'all. This is Mary Palmer from Austin Energy.
Yeah, thanks, Mary. So this might be a good chance to maybe back up a second and talk about or introduce your organizations and what your respective focus is. Mary, do you think you can talk about Austin Energy's overall community solar efforts?
Absolutely. So we've been offering incentives to help customers install solar on their homes since 2004. But Austin is about 60% renters right now. And so for people who are, that is a very large percentage of people who would not be able to benefit from installing or from having solar. And then of those who do own their homes, like Robert was saying, it might not be optimally positioned, or they may have trees, or just any other reason where they don't want to install solar on their homes. And so we went ahead and decided to begin our community solar program to provide access to locally generated energy to our residential customers for people so that they could participate in the benefits of solar energy. And so we have a subscription program in Austin Energy. So what that means is that the people who subscribe to Austin and to renewable energy, basically we will, we allow participants to meet 100% of their electricity needs by offsetting their bill. It's kind of like we'll take the production that's generated by the local solar farm and then offset that amount. So people subscribe, and they do it because they really believe in having a sustainable city, and they want to help us reach our green goals. And so we have two different places. We have two project sites. The Palmer Array, which is atop the Palmer Event Center on Barton Springs Road, is a 185 kilowatt system, and that's a rooftop system. And then we also have a ground-mounted system in southeast Austin. It's called La Loma. It's 2.6 megawatts. And so we have two sites, and we're always looking to expand. And those came online recently, relatively recently. So the La Loma was commissioned on January 27th of 2018, and Palmer was commissioned probably about a year and a half before that. So there are different ways. It's not always ground mounted. We have rooftop as well, and we are very happy to be able to offer that to our customers because we really do believe in having green options for people to choose from.
Okay, thanks. That's a very comprehensive overview of Austin Energy's community solar programs. Robert or Jason, can I invite you to kind of introduce your organization as well and what your focus is?
Sure, Chris. This is Jason. I'll take this one on our end. Mary mentioned the Austin Energy program, which is subscription. It's also known as kind of a pay-as-you-go model. So you're subscribing to the energy output of however many kWs that you're subscribed to. The program that we're executing for CPS Energy down in San Antonio is slightly different. Same kind of idea in terms of the panels are not located on your roof. We actually install them at about 12 different sites across San Antonio. The biggest difference between the two models is the fact that our customers actually own those solar panels. And so they get all of the tax benefits. They get all the production of the panels that they own. So it's called Big Sun Community Solar. It has a component to it that is very focused on software. So we have a software platform that's integrated into CPS's billing system. So let's say one of our customers buys 20 panels, we're able to monitor the production of those 20 panels, and then every month we tell CPS Energy how much credit to put on their bill. So it has a similarity.
Okay. Jason, I need to stop you. Apparently there's a real technical problem, and all of us presenters need to dial back in. And the phone number is in our chat function. So can you and Mary, can you both do that as well?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you
just do that right now.
There.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. Bye.
This is Mary Palmer. I'm back.
Hi, Mary.
Hey.
Okay, this is Chris Reeder. What's going on? Do we know?
I'm not sure. On 24 told me to have people dial back in.
Are we
Hello,
on the
this is
web?
Jason. Yeah, Jason and Robert here.
Okay, hold
Are
on
we-
1 second. Let me try refreshing my screen. All right, does somebody mind saying something other than me?
Yeah.
Jason and Robert.
On.
Okay, so it still doesn't appear to be working, so give me a second. I need to get back on the phone with them.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. This is after I just said we've never had any technical problems.
That's great.
Well, so did the audience hear any of what we just said?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
they can't hear anything of what we said before, apparently, either.
Yeah.
It was recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm very sorry. I don't understand what the problem is, of course.
That's okay. I mean, you can't control it.
I mean, we've never had any technical issues over here. I mean, everything works perfect.
Yeah. Right.
This is completely new to us.
We don't
It
ever
says
have
there are 50 people are logged in.
Well, I asked Morgan to send out a note to everyone that had logged in that we're working on these issues. I don't know if she did it or not.
Like, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Well, it's good to talk to you again, Mary. How are you doing?
Good. Is this Jason?
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
Robert.
Jason. Yep.
Okay. I
Hey,
can't tell your
Jason,
voice over the phone yet.
We're both here. But that was my voice.
That
Jason.
was okay. Okay. I know, right? I feel like I've seen you a lot lately. Well,
Yeah, it seems like there for a couple of weeks we were kind of seeing each other around town.
I know. It's like, wow, okay. That's good though. I like it.
Yeah.
What are you going to the Texas Energy Summit?
Well, I think it's over, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think
Just kidding.
I think yesterday was the last day.
Oh, all right. Well,
I believe.
We did not go. We were just busy getting a bunch of stuff done here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's been crazy, which is wonderful because that means that people are really interested in renewable energy. But it's also like, whoa.
I saw the photos of La Loma that you had in your slide, and it looks really good. Do y'all have some kind of like festivals out there, or?
Those were pictures from the opening, like the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Okay.
So, I mean, we do give tours. I mean, people will reach out from state diplomats will come. I've had a couple schools that I've given tours to, different like engineering programs. There's Women's Leadership in Energy. I don't know. It's a really long acronym. I forget it. But they're coming in February. So at least once a month, somebody wants to go out and tour it and see it. But that was from it's not usually as fun, but that's why I chose those specifically because I'm like, well, I don't want to just have some pictures of some panels in a field. That's not very interesting.
They look good. I mean, just seeing the pop-up canopies and all of that stuff looks really great.
Oh, good. Thank you. People
Does that local elementary school?
Say that again?
Do y'all do any programming with the elementary school down the street?
We're trying to work on that. The thing there's surprisingly a lot of legal issues with taking children anywhere, like even if it's led by their team. So we're trying to work out what we have to do as far as like release forms or whatever it is to make it so that can be, because that's kind of the idea. I mean, it's really the whole point of community solar. If it's going to be in a neighborhood, and the way that one's situated is to be able to have people interact with it in some way. It's like part of the feature of it. So we really want to be able to have kids, but so far it's just been adults because there's not the same legal issues.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, Morgan says, still communicating with the audience that we were trying to get this resolved and on the phone with the webinar system support team. Okay, well, great. Again,
you know what?
This never happened.
That's okay. Well,
this could have been. I feel like we were poised to have the greatest webinar in the history of TRIA.
I know, right?
And we were sidetracked here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell people if we should ever be able to get back on.
Yeah, I mean, we have so much information over here. I'm thinking about I'm just going to go ahead and go with the presentation just for y'all. It's that important.
Like, sorry, y'all missed it. Like, we had a great conversation.
Why don't we
should have been there.
Let's address, assuming we can get this resolved in the next few minutes or so, let's address how we want to go about this. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense to kind of go through the whole thing over again. Let me just on the fly throw out something, which is I'll just introduce you again, and you can kind of introduce, Austin Energy and Go Smart Solar, and then maybe talk about the different models, this item 2, and what the differences are, and then you can kind of skip to 3, Austin Energy's perspective on community solar and its plans, and then maybe Go Smart's perspective, and then at that point just kind of make whatever main points you wanted to make, and then open it for questions.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
and just kind of whittle it down a little bit. Not that anything you said before was too much. It was just we only have half the time for it now. If this even gets back on track.
You know, Chris,
I
I think some of the
part of it more than the other part, to be honest.
Sorry?
I missed that, Mary. What was that? What was that, Mary?
I was saying the technology, business, or public policy piece of it, to me, was the more interesting portion than our programs. Not that obviously Austin Energy's program is super interesting, but
well, I think you understate that because you live with it and deal with it every day, but folks on the webinar, maybe not be all that familiar with it and may have tuned in because they want to hear about it.
Okay, fair enough.
But at this point, this is all just theoretical because it doesn't look like we're getting on anytime soon.
I mean, I'm
Chris, I was just going to say that the main point that, I would like to just get across to the audience that there's definitely, when you think of community solar, there's different models, right? There's subscription, there's private ownership, there's hybrids in between. Technology, I think, is really important around the user experience. And then, I also like to talk about how do we leverage community solar to solve some of these equity challenges that we have in our communities. Because it is, if you structure these programs properly, it's, there's no money up front. You eliminate a lot of the financial barriers.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, we're kind of getting at the point now where
we probably should call it.
I'm wondering if we ought not to just call it.
Well, we're
standing by, so
we're also available if you want to reschedule.
Same.
Yeah.
Because, I feel this is
I'm thinking maybe that might be a better thing to do and do the whole thing instead of trying to rush through it.
I kind of am on that page because I feel like a good part of it, because it is a discussion, is the open discussion part, because otherwise we can just present out ourselves.
Yeah, instead of just trying to speed through, 3 or 4 key points that you want to make. Is Morgan, are you listening to this at all, Morgan? No.
And I'm happy to reschedule. I'd have to, see what's coming up or whatever and coordinate with you guys clearly, but, definitely.
Yeah, I think we're kind of at that point right now.
Okay.
I want to get Morgan on because I want to see if she can tell us quickly what dates would be available. I'd like to do it. Morgan, this isn't going to work. So tell us real quick what dates are available.
It's working right now.
Yes. Let me pull up our calendar real quick here. And if you hear something in the background, I was on the phone with them on my work phone and my cell phone, so I still have them on the line on the cell.
Thanks for working so hard to try to get us back online, Morgan.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's going on, and it doesn't seem like they do at the moment either. So give me just 1 second here. So if we wanted to reschedule for next week, we have any day but Wednesday available. The following week is Thanksgiving, but we could do this on the Monday or Tuesday, which would be the 25th or 26th. If we get into December, we have Tuesday the 3rd.
What about a week from today, like Friday the 22nd?
That works.
Well, I'm at a hearing at the PUC.
Okay.
If we wanted to keep to the Friday theme, I could ask one of my team members to fill in for me on December the 6th, or I could be back on December the 13th.
I don't want to wait that long.
It has to be a Friday. I'd love to do it next week if there's a Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, I'll leave it.
I could only do it Monday or Tuesday of next week.
And both.
We can do it. Robert and I can do it Tuesday.
Neither of those really work for me next week. We have a big stakeholder meeting on both of those, one of those days, and the other day I need to prepare for it.
All right. That's great. Morgan, send out a notice right now to everybody telling them we're not able to resolve the technical issues. We hope to reschedule shortly, and we'll send everybody a notice of the new date. Can you do that right now?
I can do that right now.
All right. And everybody else, can y'all just hold on while she does that? I was hoping that we could quickly agree on a date so that she could notify them it's going to be on such and such, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Well, okay.
Well, we can, okay.
Okay, the note has been sent to everyone.
All right. Let's
Perfect.
resume the discussion of when we can do this again. I don't want to go.
Okay, and I'll also follow up with an email to everyone who is on through our system, letting them know that we are rescheduling as well.
Okay. I don't want, ideally, I don't want to do it as late as December 9th, because we are going to have another webinar in December, and I want there to be a little bit of space between those.
Okay.
So,
what about December the 3rd, 4th, or 5th?
3rd, 4th.
Or the 6th?
Right now, the 3rd is good, and so is the 6th.
And we have availability in our system on the 3rd and the 5th of December as well.
The 5th or the 6th?
But we have the 3rd, the 5th, and the 6th.
Okay.
I can do
all three of those days work for Robert. Robert and I are available all 3 of those days.
And I'm available the 3rd and the 6th, as in the Friday the 6th.
Okay.
3 and 6.
Why don't we do it the 6th, so it's a little bit removed from the Thanksgiving holiday.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So Friday, December 6th?
Yes. And
Great.
so
Okay.
we'll send out a notice. Send out a notice really quickly, Morgan, saying that we're going to reschedule this for December 6th.
Okay.
And we'll send out another invitation. We'll send out another invitation. And y'all, I'm terribly sorry. I should never have said we've never had a technical problem. Sure enough.
It's like the law of demos. Something always goes wrong.
Right.
Well, hopefully they'll come in threes, because we got a lot of other stuff going on, and we don't need any other issues.
No.
I mean, this is the same system we've used for years. Maybe it needs to be overhauled or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I will get to the bottom of this to figure out what's going on and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
Okay. And Morgan, not to be threatening or ominous here, but those people owe us.
Yeah.
All right?
This is ridiculous.
This makes us look like we're incompetent when it's their issue, not ours. And so they need to do something to make it right beyond just make sure it doesn't happen again, okay?
Yeah, I will absolutely get my manager involved in this. It's unacceptable. We're paying for a service, and that service was not met.
Okay, good. All right, y'all. Sorry about that, but appreciate your willingness.
Okay, have a great weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
All right, bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.
Bye.